Oh, hey everybody. This is my first video. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I want to start this journey because I'm a writer. Well, I've always wanted to be a writer. And I recently lost my job. I got laid off, and this is the first time in my life that I've had this incredible opportunity to go for something that actually brings me joy. And I used to work for a big corporation, and I learned a lot there. I learned how to be efficient, and I learned how to be organized and be really detail oriented and all of that. But really, my passion is writing. And for as long as I can remember, I've dreamed about writing a novel, but I've been way too scared to start. Not even just scared, like every time I start, I get this voice in my head that tells me that you're not good enough, or no one is going to read this, or you're never going to be successful, and you're not really talented, and you don't have a good vocabulary and all of that. Like I have so much doubt, and so now that I've had about a month, like I lost my job about a month ago. Now that I've had that time, I've been doing a lot of meditation, a lot of thinking, a lot of all of those things that happen when you have nothing but time on your hands. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to write my novel. And this morning when I was doing my breath work, I was like, you know what I should do is I'm going to go on this journey on YouTube and just talk into the void and spill my guts to that ether that's around me. And hopefully other people will find some kind of value in it. Hopefully this will inspire people to uh, do something that they've always wanted to do. And I'm really hoping that that's kind of what comes out from this. But this is going to be a journey. We're on it together, and right now I'm on it by myself because I have exactly one follower, my husband, who I told I was going to do this, but I haven't even told my friends. I haven't told my family nothing because this is really putting myself out there in a way that I'm not very comfortable with. But you know what? When I was thinking about why, like the purpose, why do I want to do this? I kept having this memory of being young and going to my family's homestead. My grandfather is from an immigrant family, and they immigrated to Northern Idaho. And I just had my family reunion, so all of this is kind of like fresh in my mind. And my grandpa, who's since passed, is probably one of the best storytellers I've ever met. And he was super inspiring, and he only had an 8th grade education, and one of the things that kept popping into my head was, like, the negative voice that kept popping into my head was that, you're not educated enough. You don't have that pedigree that's required to write, and so I would stop before I even started, and, I get paralyzed by that fear of not being good enough. And I've worked on that with my therapist for so long. I've actually had many, many therapists over time, for like the last 2 decades to walk me through why that might be. Um, but here I am. I have nothing else to do. And so I really, uh, this is something that I just always wanted to do and just never gave myself the opportunity. One thing that did happen, I mean, I've tried this many, many times, and I think the reason I wanted to turn to YouTube is because it's gonna keep me accountable, and uh, give me people that will hold me accountable. That's what I'm hoping for. So then I will ensure that I actually follow through. Um, but every time I tried to do this while I was working, I was just always so exhausted, like so, so tired, because I just wasn't doing a job that was pulling my soul. It was spreading me thin. And and one thing that I just want to say is through writing or any passion, whatever your passion is, um, it shouldn't be something that you feel you aren't or you're the best at because it's a journey. Um, but it is something that you need to make sure that you do because it's something that you could do forever. The time just stops. You wake up and you're thinking about it. You go to bed and you're thinking about it. You're integrating it into every piece of your life, uh, which for me, that was always writing. So uh, when I lost my job, I was so scared. And, but really what ended up happening is I realized that writing fills my soul. And if I never make any money from it, I'm okay with that because, I was listening to Brandon Sanderson do one of his lectures, which are amazing. If you haven't seen them, you need to go in and watch them because they're, I'm 3 in now. But that's one thing that he was talking about is like, it doesn't matter why you write, in this case, right? But whatever your passion is, because it's not actually about earning money. Like that would be amazing if you could earn money from your passion, but really it's about doing something that just like fills your cup, makes you feel incredible. Um, and he gave the example of Jane Austen because Jane Austen just wrote her stories for her sisters to read, and then look at her, she was one of the best, like most classic authors of all time. So really awesome inspiration for me. Like that really hit home to me, and and it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, I think that's the other thing that would stop me from getting started is I was like, "Oh, I'm not good enough," or all of that, but also, I'm not at the level. My art isn't at the level that I want it to be at, and I have to remind myself that that's actually, a way it's like the "don't start because you're not gonna be good," um, excuse that I would give myself. So, passion doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to matter, and to me, this is what matters. So I just want to get started, do something that's meaningful to me. But to get there, I've like given myself some direction. So I'm going to start writing every day. My goal is to write at least 1,000 words a day. Um, I've already started. I did it yesterday and today. And for me, it's like 1,000 is a lot of words. Um, right now, I'm just kind of doing like train of thought exercises where I just anything that's in my brain, I'm just going to start writing it down. Um, but eventually, I'm going to start turning that into hopefully shorter stories or like shorter plots that I could then weave into a novel. Is kind of like what I'm thinking. But who knows what's going to happen from here because a lot can happen from here. So we'll see. Um, I really don't know what I'm doing, but I know that I need to try. I need to start doing something that's going to fulfill my soul. And I want to start sharing that with everyone. So this is where I'm at. This is my starting point. It's messy, I know. It's imperfect, I know, and I'm okay with that. Um, but I feel like being able to do this now is so important. And so I'm getting started. I'm going to share along the way. So whether that's reading my journal entries or reading my chapters as I start to get them through, um, learning along the way. So I'm doing things like listening to lectures from professors or amazing authors. Anything that I can get my hands on because that is also part of writing is research and education. So what I do know as well is that the more I do it, the better I'm going to get. And so I'm inviting all of you, whoever might see this, whenever you might see this, to join me on this path and hopefully share where you're at, share what you're going through. I've never actually been part of the writing community, so I'm hopeful that this will give me a community where we can all create together and learn together and empower each other to actually follow our dreams. And if your dream isn't writing, but maybe it's something along the lines of art in some way or whatever your dream is, you know, I'm open to having any kind of conversation. So I love that this is a starting point, and I can't wait to continue to grow this. I'm going to be posting hopefully one video a week. I'm going to do at least one, hopefully maybe even two a week, just as I start writing every day and like kind of putting them together. Um, I really have two passions. One is writing, the other is reading. So I might start another channel about reading. I don't know because I love reading and I love reading out loud. So we'll see where that goes as well. But I look forward to this journey together. So stay tuned, follow, subscribe. I want all of the feedback I can get.